So we have watched episode 7, 8 of Boruto. 7th episode was Love and Potato Chips, and the 8th episode, I don't even remember, but I'm just gonna say it was about the Uzumaki family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we'll just get started with episode 7. As far as my thoughts on this episode, I was at first taken back because I thought it was just simply a Chocho episode. Granted, it still was, but I thought it was just gonna be Chocho and no like character development or progression whatsoever. But I think it added more to like the overall plot to it, in the fact that we still don't know again what's going on with Boruto, why are these attacks still happening. And in this case of the episode, it was about a guy who was totally into the class president and was kind of stalker-ish. And kind of stalker-ish. And so Boruto and Co. got involved in that, as well as Chocho and Sarada. They found out who it was. They kind of dealt with him. And then the following day after, he comes back, even more stalkers than ever. And it was actually because of the influence of this dark chakra deal that Boruto points out. One of the things that happened was that there was a weird form that the chakra took form of that only Boruto, of course, could see. And it was that weird animal thing that he did summoning for.
Yeah, it looked like in a kind of silhouette of the summoning that he made.
Yeah, so those two are related. Or it has something to do with Boruto specifically, not just the fact that he can see him, but I think it's more in tune with his own chakra too. I'd like to say. That's, as far as story progression, that's what you get out of the episode. I mean, Chocho's Chocho, and that's actually the best part about her in this episode, especially when it comes down to the potato chips, because there was that weird bag of potato chips she decides to go buy, and I don't even remember the flavor of that, but it was something obscure, and it was something that no one would buy.
Yeah, she wasn't having it.
But I guess it kind of served as part of the moral of the story when talking down to the guy who got afflicted by it, affected by it, which is if you really want someone to notice you, you gotta be out there, not just hide away in your invisible jutsu type of deal, which is
it's disguised jutsu.
Yeah. And oh man, the first time we see this character, I guess the antagonist of the episode. I mean, it just seemed like someone who's quote unquote regularly following someone, and then everything just got super creepy really fast.
Yeah.
With that immediate oh, I could have sworn I just saw someone following us. Oh, dude, you're probably not imagining. And then quickly cuts to him just right behind her as the music picks up immediately after.
And
then everyone is on their feet on this one, and just who is that? It was no one. And then proceed to the next time that they actually catch him. But yeah, again, as far as the story progression, that's all we really get in that episode. I'm just kind of I like the episode. I thought it was just gonna be only Chocho, which I'd be okay with, but because it added more about what's the shadowy thing, it's still affecting a lot of people type of deal. And oh yeah, something that did happen was Shigerai does make the observation in that episode saying in the past we've had to beat up these guys in order for them to snap out of it. But in this case, he needed to be calm about it. They need to subdue him emotionally, and that also ended that. So it does kind of builds the argument that this only happens to those who, I guess, not
are in emotional distress,
or just unsure about themselves and their own being. Because Shino was definitely questioning himself at that time.
It feeds off their negative emotion.
Yeah. And Boruto does make the opposite. And there's much more discussion. I like how the kids are this involved in the situation, not just being, I guess, the stereotypical kids will be kids. They don't know anything. They'll just do what they want to do. No, it's actually the fact that this has happened a lot, and they're actually actively trying to figure out what's going on. And it all does circle back to Boruto, which comes in the following episode, which, again, I'll just dub the Uzumaki family because it just has all of them, actually.
It does.
And so in this episode, I'm trying to what happened. they were watching a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and although like the movie itself wasn't like significant, it was just kind of I guess it kind of fed off of like what Boruto like deep down like sees as like a strong point for like a person is like their strength, and if they're weak, then it's like it's whatever. I don't really care about that.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure it doesn't have much to do about what's happening now, but like later on you'll probably see that come into play, where he'll have that mindset and it'll like cause him to misjudge someone or something like that.
Cause him to be a dick.
Yeah, because so far Boruto's been like a pretty likable character,
Yeah.
except when it comes to his dad. That's when like you see there's like much more of a grudge.
There's so much animosity towards him.
Yeah, and to an extent I get it, but I also think that like it's because Naruto just is away at work, and Boruto doesn't like accept the fact that like he has responsibilities there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like they seemed like pretty fine as a family growing up. It was only until like Naruto became Hokage that things started to change.
That's why I'm waiting for it to catch up to the Boruto movie.
Yeah,
Because that's when he started having like a respect for him when they shared the Rasengan.
they share Rasengans. You can only get so close to someone until you use the Rasengan with them.
Right?
Share my chakra. Okay.
It's like Goku and Gohan when they did the Kamehameha.
Yeah, that was a cool one. Even that was kind of weird one because I'm not sure if they did it together or it was just like more of Gohan thinking. But that was that's DBZ.
No, it was definitely Goku was there.
Yeah.
They've kind of broken rules and whatnot a lot. But it's a shame. Wait a minute. Did Minato and Naruto do it together?
Yes.
Awesome.
They've at least like fist pumped each other. So
Yeah.
at that point, like they are sharing chakra. I mean, like it kind of shows in like movies and stuff that they've shared like chakra together.
Think about just how strong Naruto is. He shared chakra with literally everyone on the battlefield and tripled their chakra potential of even the strongest shinobi out there.
And he's like has like such a mastery in chakra control, and the fact that he can like mend his chakra to like work
Match
with
everyone else's.
match everyone else's. That's crazy. Even like Karam was like, yeah, he's better than you two now. But yeah, we don't. Well, that's weird. Yeah, it was weird. What was I gonna say? Yeah, we don't really see like Naruto like in that type of manner. He's still very much like a grounded like Hokage doing Hokage things.
Mm-hmm.
Do this work. Busy with all these reports. It was funny too.
All these reports that then fell on him.
Yeah, that was funny when Boruto was trying to like tell everyone. I was like, okay, the Hokage is not as cool as you think. Like he wakes up like super late in the morning,
Puts his shoes on the wrong feet.
and he even forgets like his lunch and everything. Oh, Boruto, just leave it there. God, like every single scene you see in the Hokage office, there's papers.
It's floor to ceiling stacks of paper.
Oh my god. And you kind of wonder because like you never seen like the other Hokage have that.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's because it's Naruto, or if it's because
the new change.
Yeah,
with everything.
how everything's all diplomacy now, as opposed to everything just being go to war.
It's like go fight them. Go fight them. I don't need to keep records of how well they're doing.
We just count the money and make sure that they killed the person they need to kill.
We just count our own money. Now we have to count the Sand Village's money. We have to count like the Rain Village. Like what? And we always have a meeting every Monday. Like
It's become Meeting Monday.
God, I have to type up the report to it. Naruto has too many reports. But yeah,
I honestly think it is because of the change of times that he has all those reports. Because he has Shikamaru helping him.
yeah.
And
honestly,
he's still that many.
I mean, like, and there's still like investigations, like you'd find like in the old Naruto series where just like something's going on with the village. You want to like investigate that, but otherwise,
Yeah.
it's pretty low key and it's more like, yeah, political, economic type stuff. I still want to see more of like Naruto becoming Hokage, like the process of that.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe later.
We'll figure most of that process was him reading books.
Yeah, I to be honest, I kind of want to see like not like the reading and studying aspect, just like how he like puts it into play, like how he became a Jonin. What is the What is, I guess, the prerequisites of being a Jonin? Is there like a test? Is there?
I think he had to pass the written tests because he clearly has the fighting potential.
Yeah,
as you know, he saved the world.
He's baby Jesus.
He is anime Jesus, ninja Jesus.
It's not like he walks on water Jesus because everyone can do that. Yeah. He flies.
I came back from the dead 3 hours later Jesus.
Sasuke is, I guess, like Jesus number 2 because he also came back to life.
He's other Jesus.
He's like other half of Jesus. I still wonder.
Angsty teen. He's awkward angsty teen Jesus.
And now he's just angsty adult Jesus who can't get reports done.
Kidding, Sasuke doesn't do reports. He just kind of does.
Oh yeah, Sasuke. I'm talking about Naruto. Yeah.
Oh.
Sasuke just does his own thing nowadays. I want to see Sasuke.
I would like to see like his side of stories.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like we get to see him in the movie, but like, I wonder if he shows up like earlier, other than Gaiden,
with his no arm.
With his no arm and like.
I don't think he's gonna show up before Gaiden.
I mean, it'd probably be best to do that.
Simply because like. Sarada's talking about how like he hasn't been home in God knows how long.
That's true. Yeah, it'd probably be that case then. Yeah, Sasuke's gonna like show up later on. In the meantime, we'll just be dealing with the whole shadowy chakra type of deal, which I'm finally glad that Naruto does show up in a lot more of these now, or at least like he's much more involved. Mainly because like they're fully aware that Boruto has been involved in every single incident with the dark chakra.
Mm-hmm. Mainly because he's super nosy.
Super nosy. I forget it'll start with Denki, guy with the glasses, laptop. It all really just kind of started with him, and Boruto was nosy, and from there on in it just kind of like gravitated towards him. And so Shikamaru tells Naruto like, hey, this has been happening like around your son. And so like they talk about it, and it's like, okay, so it's not about targeting the Hokage son. So what is it?
They're not exactly targeting your son. It's just
it happens around.
He always has to put his nose in it.
And Naruto's like, yeah, all right.
So what could it be?
All right, I'll warn him. And it's something that became a point of interest in me was like when Naruto gets up and he falls back down because like that mental fatigue from just like working too hard. And I think back at like the end of Shippuden where he's been like fighting for days with so many clones out in the field and fought his friend with like legendary levels of chakra, and then he was tired.
He literally died and came back and still fought.
He still fought. No complaints. It was just like, I guess I'll do this, I'll do that. You're coming back to the village, Sasuke. What do you mean no? We're fighting.
Dude, what do you mean you're still not coming? What was all this? We literally fought everything.
We did. Now I'm going to end it. Stop it, Sasuke. Stop. He would do that if it weren't about that they were just like, I can't move for days. Okay.
It took him getting an arm blown off for him to get tired.
Just like, fine. I guess. I guess I'm tired. Sasuke's kind of the same way too, but Naruto more so. Because he started fighting the war earlier.
I think the craziest thing to like put his fatigue into perspective, he had thousands of clones.
He divided his chakra up so many times over.
Day in, day out training to master his elements.
Yeah.
And he was fatigued after putting all 1,000 of him back together. That's when he was fatigued.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine working from I want to say they started at least at like 9. From like, I want to say sunrise because they eat breakfast. I would say from like 9 to about 7. Now do that 1,000 times in one day.
And just like revert back.
Yeah.
You just,
that's
you get
the amount of physical strain that he put on himself for what, 2 weeks? I think it was.
Yeah,
like a month at the most.
Something like that. Yeah, like a month. I would say a month.
Yeah,
because it takes a while.
And he did that every day.
He even lost control a few times. Like, oh, nope. Yeah, I'm just like, no.
He even ate Sakura's shitty fucking super soldier pellets.
Oh. 1,000 times. You eat this, you eat that, you eat that one. Eat that one. Oh, God. Everyone's like, alright, don't revert back. Just don't revert back. Just keep doing it. Avoiding the taste of it all collectively. But kind of going back to the present time, yeah, it's weird because like Naruto, as far as I've seen, he hasn't used his clones yet for like duty, for like office work yet.
He said duty. But yeah, it hasn't been shown that he uses his clones for work.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just like a minor thing that they just overlooked or something like that. But yeah, so Naruto and Shikamaru like go back to Naruto's place. Pretty much Shikamaru just like escorting him, and then at that point in time, Boruto has his vision.
He's seen he had his dream where the bad guy from the last talked to him.
Yeah, he was saying like, what was he saying?
He was saying that his eye is what's gonna shoulder the fate of the world.
His eye.
And bring light to the darkness.
Wow. And so at that moment,
he was going through I'm Kamina from Gurren Lagann stage.
It's like, what the fuck? Was that a dream? Grabs the mirror, he's like, oh my God.
Yeah, he looked at his freaking Dark Saigon freaking eyeball.
Yeah. I wish, well, I mean, like, this is it's all part of the episode, but like, when Naruto confronts him, like, saying, like, what was this thing? Oh, by the way, the funny little stick about, like, him stealing the scroll again. Yeah, don't group me with that guy. Like, it sounds stupid. Like, yeah, really inexcusable.
And Hinata and Shikamaru have a nice little laugh. Like, yeah, he really is a fucking idiot, isn't he?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, shit, he found him. But, yeah. I mean, like... Boruto has been thinking, like, it's been the Byakugan for the beginning. Mm. And so he just said, like, oh, I just awakened my Byakugan. I was like, what are you going to even do? And the way that Naruto, like, responded to them, I mean, this might be this perpetuates, like, the reason why, like, Boruto doesn't really accept him or acknowledges him, respects him, etc. Because it felt like Naruto doesn't trust him. And it's just kind of like the way that Naruto like worded it. It's like, I know of all people, you haven't been training as intensely as you should to awaken the Byakugan. Which I get why like Boruto is kind of frustrated because like no one believes him in that sense. But I'm trying to think of like a way that he could have worded it. It's like, well, I mean like Naruto's kind of going from like the rational point of view. Like, well, there needs to be a basis on like this claim. You can't just say outright, like, you have the Byakugan and we're going to be done with it. Mm-hmm. And so what ends up happening is that the cute Naruto Himawari walk with Boruto behind them. They go to Grandpa Hyuga.
They go to the Hyuga clan outpost.
Yeah, which is still built pretty old-fashioned still. And Boruto's like, oh, God, it's this place. And you just see, like, the Grandpa, like, Hyuga's like, what do you not like about this place? And he does the stereotypical like grandpa like adores his grandchildren.
Overly adores his grandchildren.
Boruto, Himawari,
it's me, your grandpa.
It's funny how he kind of like really just let his hair down afterward.
Yeah,
it's really just calmed down from like
in his old age, he just stopped caring.
Yeah.
Well, I can see why. He's not the head of the family anymore. Hinabi is.
Yeah. That's true. So he doesn't have to like be so uptight anymore, especially during peaceful times as well.
Everything falls on her shoulders now.
She seems to,
Good luck, kiddo.
she seems to hold it pretty well.
Yeah.
I can only imagine that like she wanted to have a life, but accept the fact that she doesn't.
Mm-hmm. She accepted that fact as a child when she first kicked Hinata's ass.
Yeah. That is funny. She's like the type of character who's kind of like accepted her like role, and for the most part, we haven't seen any like quips or anything about it from her.
She seems to like really enjoy it, and some people do.
Yeah, some people do. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was thinking back on the Chunin exams back in like pre-time skip Naruto, where like it was those two watching Neji fight.
Yeah.
It's like he's even more powerful than your sister or even you. It's like, really?
Really? Then me.
Then
me. Come on.
Please. But yeah,
I'm the most powerful Hyuga there is.
at least I was going to be.
Before I got my eyes taken from the moon men.
But it was playing back to me with no harm done. I can still use it.
Look at this. Byakugan.
Byakugan, look over there. Ooh. Calm down. Anime, I don't want to fight you. But yeah, the whole reason, of course, like going to the grandpa's place is to verify it's a Byakugan. And that's where the episode ends, is the fact that he's going to test Boruto for himself, like through combat.
Yeah.
See if he can awaken it. And I'm looking forward to that one.
He's going to punch him in the jimmies.
He's going to gentle fist him in the jimmies.
Ew. It's gross. Oh my god. Freaking Himawari one-shotting Naruto.
Yeah, that was... I mean, what could you do?
That was great. She freaking jabbed him right in the seal to where even Kurama felt it.
Gone for the entire day.
The whole day. He missed his freaking Hokage ceremony.
That's the best thing. The day he became Hokage was the day he didn't actually go with the ceremony. But I am looking forward to that episode, despite it probably not being the most prominent thing in the episode. It seems like at the most it'll just take half the episode, and the rest of it just Boruto just kind of collecting his thoughts and whatever might actually happen.
It'll probably be about half of it will be the fight. A quarter of it will be them explaining to him like the importance of the Byakugan and whatnot, and then the last quarter of him like, well, what the fuck is it?
Hey, what the fuck is it?
No one told me anything.
I mean, there's definitely a few things I wish like Boruto would say, like describe what the eye looks like. He's gotten a glimpse of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's black, and there's like a lighter blue like surrounding his iris, and that's all that he needs to describe to say like that's a new eye. Like what?
That's a Tenseigan with a black sclera.
Yeah,
this is the first time we've seen an eye that like turns black.
Yeah, I think the only thing I've seen like that kind of turns black is like second stage Curse Mark Sasuke, where like it surrounds his like entire eye as well. His Sharingan stays intact, but like everything else
about him turns like that
darkish,
that like burnt cement color.
Burnt cement, yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
But the only other time I could think of someone having a black eye was the dude with like 7 hearts from.
I know what you're talking about. Not Danzo.
Start with like a K.
Yeah,
Kuzan, I think his name was.
Kuzan. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. God.
From the Akatsuki?
Right. 5 hearts, 5 puppets to control. Or 4, I guess. And then him. God, that guy was cool, actually. I mean, like, he was pretty much alive around, like, the first Hokage's age.
Mm-hmm.
And just been like that. Ridiculously strong, too. But, is there anything else to add about the discussion here about both 7 and 8? I'm hoping that like
Kakuzu.
I'm hoping that Boruto like brings out something about like what he's been seeing. If he just tells Naruto that like I've been seeing shadows of these people who are affected in these cases, if he just said that,
But then he would tell his dad.
Yeah, it would tell his dad, so it like
defeats... So it would defeat the purpose of him trying to do it without his dad.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much could get done if he wasn't such a brat?
Yeah. But I guess I get that. I mean, to an extent, but even he, like, in his, like, discussion with his other clones...
said, go to dad.
Go to dad. We have no idea. So he has to, like, spill the beans somehow.
Yeah, there's a reasonable side of him that he is completely repressing.
Yeah. I can only imagine, like, they go with that, and Boruto gains more respect for Naruto, and then, like, they retcon the movie somehow. Probably not.
No. Well, they might. They did it with Dragon Ball. They retcon Battle of the Gods. It no longer takes place at Bulma's place. It takes place on a cruise ship.
That's true. Yeah, to that extent, I guess so. But yeah. I guess the main story like remains the same. It's just how they go about it. I mean, I guess it's possible for them to retcon, but I don't see them doing that. But they will bring in aspects of the movie and the manga special in their Gaiden. Mm-hmm. I just like that's.
Are you my dad?
Are you my JoJo? You seem like my dad. You're a cool dad. I think you're my dad. Dad, you're kind of thinner. Yeah, I was on a mission. Whoa.
You do those?
You do those.
Mom, why don't you do those?
I just take care of you.
Someone has to pay for all them chips you people eat.
What
do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people? I take offense to that.
You know what I can't wait to see? Cho-Cho's butterfly form.
Oh, that's gonna be really cool, actually. If she ever decides to use that, she's only used it as partial expansion.
Well, all of them have like the partial expansion, but the butterfly's like their awakening.
That's like, yeah, that's a secret technique that's usually at first like forbidden to use as kids.
Yeah, it's for like their fucking. That's like their top members of the clan.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the what is it? The mind reading.
Yeah.
With the
I know what you're gonna say, but
what is their last name?
It's I think it starts with a Y. But yeah,
they all have like their own secret techniques that are meant for like the top echelon of their clan.
Yeah. I guess Shikamaru kind of has that too, but I mean, not shadow possession, but maybe like the next step above that, which is like shadow strangle, which is like really manipulating your shadows instead of like staying grounded, but actually like going upwards and like going to different like into like Z, I guess, dimension really.
Yeah, I like the shadow stitching jutsu.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me want to see like Shikamaru like fight in like his current age, see what he can do. But he's just a master strategist, so he's just like, I don't even need my full strength. I just need to know how to subdue you.
He's right there, just sit. They start the fight, and he's right there. Look, you're gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. All right, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna jump into those trees. Do this, do that. There's gonna be a big explosion. That village is gonna burn down. A little girl's gonna die. You're gonna feel bad about it, and then I'm gonna beat you. So let's skip all those steps and let's just go.
Enemy's like looking at him, it's like 30 steps ahead.
And while he's explaining that, shadow possession jutsu complete. What?
What? That was a distraction this entire time. Impossible. Plays the theme song. You already know the rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know any other upcoming episodes other than like after the resolve of the Shadow case, it has to be Gaiden.
I'm so excited for Inojin.
Inojin?
Yeah.
What's he gonna do?
Just like once he masters his stuff, because he has the mind transfer and the sacred scroll beasts.
Yeah, although he doesn't use mind control, his beasts are okay.
Well, he's still learning. They're not waterproof yet.
Yeah, they're not waterproof.
I also like that he has like a more cartoony drawing instead of the traditional.
Yeah, that's just how he is. It's just like
his are super cartoony and colorful.
Whatever. I use different inks.
Maybe that's why it's not waterproof.
Yeah, so I was just like, why though? It's just like to draw. It's like a
Black ink.
Okay. Nope.
Don't do it.
He does the mind transfer like, you do it, Dad. No. No. The sacred black has been crucified. Let's add yellow into the
2 colors? You're mad.
Get with the times, Dad. Okay. I think we're good here.
We've been talking for what, 45 minutes?
Just 30.
Oh, felt like a lot longer.
Yeah, it did. It always is with like these Boruto discussions, especially with the 2 episodes we just kind of stack on.
You think that's gonna be a thing that we do, just 2 at a time?
I don't think so. It's just like what's been happening recently has just been we kind of had no choice but to do like every other week, just because of circumstances. But once things die down and like I guess as far as like things happening, then we can.
Anyway, this is now my video.
We'll end here. But I think from here on, we'll just like do 1 episode per discussion because it is like 32 minutes each time, and we should probably keep it short to like 9 to 15 for the most part. Yeah, but we're gonna end here.
The funny thing, before we end, I think the funny thing is that we typically talk about the first episode for like a minute or 2, and then completely
expand on. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
On the second episode,
that's what I'm thinking. It's just like we spend more time on the more recent episode. Either that or like it seems like every second episode is better.
Yeah,
than the one before. I think that's their pacing then. In that case, the next episode is just gonna be trash, and then the following episode after that is gonna be gold.
They have to lower your expectations. That way, when they bring something good, you're like, "Oh my god,
that's cool!" Yeah, I mean, I guess this connects to the whole thing, but still,
this is gonna be a Himawari episode.
But she's always gonna be great.
It's gonna be cute and adorable, but nothing's gonna happen.
That's true. Maybe I would hate to see like her being possessed.
It's a filler.
It's a filler
Already.
So far as I've seen, I haven't seen fillers anywhere so far. I mean, like they've always tied it to like the main story.
Yeah, there is definitely filler, but they tied it to the main story.
Yeah. So I mean, we can't really.
It's gonna be a flashback episode to.
Oh no! Oh no! My Hero Academia is starting to get to that point where they're showing flashbacks. I'm like, oh no.
Are they?
Yeah, but they've taken pretty well where it doesn't like elaborate too much. So it would take like maybe like 5 minutes at most, and that's it. Which is like a good portion of like a episode, but it doesn't like.
They've been showing a lot of the talk between All Might and. I don't remember his name.
I
was hoping you would have filled in that long, awkward blank.
And I wanted to see what would happen. I also didn't really know for sure because All Might's talking to a few other people. So, but that's
the protagonist.
Like, Midoriya,
yeah.
Itsuku, Deku, yeah.
Deku, yeah. Deku Shrub.
Deku Shrub. It does have the hair for it.
Deku Shrub.
Oh, no. No. 2 colors.
2 colors.
Yeah, we're going to end the episode here. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. #bye.